Hi, Lesbian Mind Flayer here, and we are just hours away from Value 2 dropping, and I'm going to answer your questions on what I think is going to happen. But before I even start that, I'm going to start with the question I know is on everyone's mind. Do I think Byler is endgame at this point in time? I do. I don't know like 100%, I'm not a writer, but judged off all the evidence I've been seeing for years and years and years and this build up between Mike and Will, I think it is safe to assume that they're going to become endgame. I'm with almost 100% certainty. I'm at 99% that it's going to happen in Volume 2. If it doesn't happen in Volume 2, it'll happen in Volume 3. With that big question out of the way, let me answer your questions now. Do you think that Mike is already under Vecna's curse? Yes and no. Because I do see the symptoms of Mike being under the curse, like especially in season 4 and a bit in season 5. But I don't think they're going to go the same approach where they're going to do this long drawn out thing. However, I do think that he's going to be taunted by Vecna at some point just because we do see him in that vision with Nancy in season 4. And also it just makes sense for his character since he's so close to the two leads. Do you think when Max wakes up, will she be able to see her or is she going to be permanently blind? I can't really say for sure because we don't know how the eye thing works. With Vecna, she was on the verge of getting her eyes crunched and all that. So I would imagine that she might have some vision loss or she could be permanently blind. I can see that as being as a possibility. However, I can't say with certainty based off what we've seen on the show. So I think they might go that route, but I don't know for sure. What's the meaning of the hot orange mohawk? Will we actually see it? I never got around to making this video, but there's a couple of references to David Bowie in this season. I think it's literally just a reference to David Bowie, which is another bit of queer coding for Mike. Will also has the same queer coding in season 2 with David Bowie, so I'm wondering if that's the connection there. Also, their connection to the song Heroes. There could be a lot of things there, so I think it's just a reference to that. Do you think they will talk about Jean's mom in any way? I don't think they're going to talk about Terry Ives anymore, only because she served her narrative purpose in season 2 for Elle's story. So I don't think they'd bring her back. If we do see her, I think it'll just be in flashbacks. Do you think we'll learn more about Henry's past? Oh, undoubtedly. There's so much they still have to answer in the show. Like in the play, they've explained how powers work, possibly what the cave fear is about. You know, there's a reason why he might be going after these particular people. And I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so I'm not going to because I have a feeling they're going to talk about it. 100% they will be talking about this boy's past. There's no way they're not going to. Do you think Henry will have a character redemption? Like if he's trapped in his own mind and Vecna Henry's body is just a vessel for the mind flayer and Henry has no real control of his own? Personally, I think they're going to go the Anakin Skywalker route / Darth Vader route where they're redeemed, air quotes, but they die. Because technically Henry did make this decision to take the mind flayer in, and I think there's a consequence to that. By allowing it in and taking basically power, if we're going in the terms of Star Wars, the power over love, which is what Anakin does in Star Wars, and there's a lot of parallels between Star Wars and Stranger Things, that means that he's going to get death redemption, which is yes and no. It's redeemed, but also dead. So that's why I think it's going to go. Do you think there'll be a Malevolent breakup scene or maybe a flashback of them breaking up? I wish I would have got around to this video, but I actually do believe in the theory that they already broke off screen. I honestly think this scene here in season 4 is when they broke up because Mike even says to Will, it's a fight you can't come back from. That was their breakup. It's an unsaid breakup. They grew apart. Just like with Steve and Nancy back in season 2, they just kind of went their separate ways. They didn't have a I'm breaking up with you moment. They just grew apart after a fight. I think they'll address it though, and they'll have someone talk to either Mike or Elle about it, and they'll be like, oh, you know, we didn't really get back together or something like that, just to clear it up to the general audience that may be watching, or maybe they won't, because honestly, if you can't tell that Elle's done with Mike in season 4, I can't help you, because it's very obvious she is done with this man by the end of season 4. Do you think they'll have more flashbacks in Volume 2? Loads. I think they're going to show more of Will in the Upside Down. I think they're going to show more of baby Mike and Will. I think they're going to show flashbacks of previous season, especially if we get recontextualized scenes from Mike's point of view, which I think they're going to do. I think there's going to be a lot. I also think that hidden Rinkomania scene that we've seen behind the scenes videos of where Will is in a different outfit will come back. I really hope so because it's been driving me crazy since season 4. Do you think they'll play Small Town Boy? Really hope so. The fact that it's on WSQK radio right now is, it gives me so much hope. I doubt it's gonna happen. Like a part of me seriously doubts it, but a part of me is like, but what if? What if? And I hope it's like the epilogue song. I hope it's an epilogue song. Or No, I think it's gonna be in that Bullock song, 100%. Like maybe in like a club or a bar or something. Do you think heroes will play when they kiss? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna happen for the first kiss. I think it's gonna happen for an additional kiss. I think it's gonna be used when they're all battling against whatever end game being that we're gonna be fighting against. This monster with a gaping mouth, the mind flayer of Vecna. We don't know yet. I think it's gonna be playing there, and I think that Mike and Will like steal a kiss during this battle, probably next to a wall while things are literally happening. I think they're gonna sync it. I think it's gonna be fun, but they're gonna use it for all the characters. I think that'd be really cute. I think that would be it would match the theme of the song because it's like heroes plural, so it's a bunch of characters rather than just Mike and Will. But yeah, I don't think it's their first kiss song, but I do think it'll be used additionally. Do you think Mike has already realized that he's gay or that he will still realize? I've talked a lot this about on my channel and my views changed over the years and stuff. I don't really care what Mike's sexuality ends up being. I think it's gay based off hints that he has a disinterest towards girls and it's constant, including his own girlfriend. I'd be okay if he ends up bisexual, pansexual, whatever. I just know he's not straight. Based off the timeline that I've been theorizing for over the years, he's always had a crush on Will. He didn't realize it was more than platonic than probably the snowball at the end of season 2, which is why we have a hint from Robin about the snowball turns into an avalanche. I think that was related to that. I think at season 3, he realizes he is gay and he has that big realization in front of Will's closet. I think that is the moment. And it scares him. And you hear the dialogue that he's afraid of things to change. In season 4, he's literally framed in front of a closet in the beginning of the scene. And I think he's closeting himself on purpose. So he spends the whole season trying to just push his feelings down and to be as normal as possible. I think season 5 is going to address his fears of coming out and being who he is authentically via Vecna doing his metaphorical outing to the audience and showing the audience that he's always had these feelings. I think he's going to have kind of a negative experience with this because we've had 2 positives, and I just feel like a negative is important when we're showing representation on queer youth and how we come to terms with those things. Negative experiences happen. So I have a feeling they're going to go about it that way, but it'll ultimately be good for him. It's kind of like the push he needs. It's psychological horror for the sake of character development and showing the audience the inside of a character who is very closed off in his brain. Do you think Robin or Vicky might die? I don't think so. I think I would be more upset about Robin or Vicky dying than I would Byler not happening. I have consumed a lot of lesbian and WLW content, and almost always a lesbian character is either punished for dating a bisexual character by death, or they're just killed off unceremoniously by a father figure, or they commit suicide. Lesbians die a lot in media. And a lot of the times it's because misogynistic men make like really fetishy kind of videos and then they end up punishing the lesbian every single time. It's really icky. So I really hope they don't go that route with those 2. But I seriously doubt they're going to. I think they're good. I think they're good. Why do you think Vecna targets the hospital? This is 100% just because of Max. Max has taken Holly. She's going to probably get all the other kids and try to escape Henry's mind escape world. And he's probably pissed off about it and will send Demodogs and Demogorgon after the hospital to try to kill her while she's in her coma. I think that's what's going on there. Out of all the Byler Gates you know of, what are some of the ones that you would most like to see happen? I think Painting Gate and Birthday Gate are like 100% going to happen. Birthday Gate already has hints in season 5. And as for the Painting Gate, there's no way they're not going to bring up the painting again. So those 2 are basically guaranteed to happen. Actually, also Gay Bird Gate, which is the gate that I talked about a lot, which was bird imagery and bird sounds in season 4 in particular, actually already came true because it happened in season 5. So yay me, I got one. I think there's a chance of Flickergate and Lettergate happening, or Garage Gate for Flickergate, because I think Rule of 3 makes sense. The main scene with Mike and Will in season 1 was that garage scene. Will says it's a 7, and then we have the fight in season 3, and I think there's going to be another scene in season 5. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be Flickergate, but I would love it to be a Flickergate. So Garage Gate is more accurate to what I think will happen. And of course, Lettergate, which has been around since season 4. It's about Mike's little envelope shaped pocket there, plus the tweet that they tweeted out that has a love blank on it. We think it's from Mike, and it's an unwritten letter possibly to Will. We don't know, but I think Lettergate will return. Those are the gates that I think of the most when we come to these things, so we'll see what happens. Is Elle going to sacrifice her life to save her friends?